Hey, good morning, Mark LaVille of Villain Associates. Getting ready to prepare you for something you're getting ready to see, and I'm telling you it's coming, so be on the lookout. Do not buy into the gold rush, right? Because you're going to hear it on the radio, you're going to see it on TV, it's going to be flashing across your computer, and every time you open up some type of internet service provider or social media, you're going to be inundated with buy gold, because everything is falling apart, and it's simply not true. It's a fear tactic that they use, and they always pull it out at the time where there seems to be a little bit of controversy in the stock market, but when you look at it, they use these techniques that, hey, gold is always important and gold never uses its value and we're always going to want gold, and that's not true. Gold has always been important to the winning side, right? Because that's what the winning side wanted, was gold. But if you look at different cultures, Native American cultures for one of them, gold meant absolutely nothing, right? They preferred other things, topaz and beads and stuff like that. That was invaluable to them, right? So if the world collapses and the dollar falls apart, gold is not going to do you any good because you can't eat gold, right? So if you have a lot of gold, enough to like buy an army and pay for ranchers and farmers and all that to supply it, yeah, then gold might be good, right? But at the same time, you as an individual, gold's really not going to do that much for you. Gold is something that kind of works contra market. That's what we usually refer to. And it comes in places at times like this. So when we say contra market, it tends to work when the stock market goes down, precious metal goes up, and a lot of times it's because of the fears that people put into that. But you got to look at the long term, right? In the long term picture of that, if you look at, if we went back to 2010, because remember 2000 to 2010 was a horrible stock market period. But since 2010, if you had put money into the IAU, the gold trust, right? And it would be up today 90.77%. So in 14 years, went up 90.77%. Not bad. You know, you're averaging about 8% a year, right? But at the same time, had you bought into had you put money into the Spiders S&P 500, that same investment would be up 451%. That's massive, right? When you compare 451% gain compared to a 90% gain, you're going to want to go with the 450% gain. So let's put that into some real money and into some real life application, right? 2008, the stock market crashes. Everybody freaks out. All these things on the internet about buy gold, right? Had you taken $100,000 in 2009 after the collapse of 2008, right? Today, that would be worth $207,000. So you would have made, in the last 14 years, $107,000 for pretty much just investing money 14 years ago. But had you taken that same $100,000 and put it into the system that was collapsing and that was never going to come back, and let's just use the Vanguard 500. I'm not endorsing Vanguard 500. It's just easy to pull up those numbers and people are familiar with it. But if you had put that same $100,000 in the Vanguard 500, today that money would be worth $587,000 as compared to $207,000, right? So which one is really the better inflation hedge? Which one is really better for your family? Is giving into fear the better part of your family? Better part for your family? Is that the way you want to make investment decisions? No, absolutely not, right? So don't buy into this, oh my God, everything is collapsing, we need gold and precious metals. There is a time for that, but only as a portion of a diversified portfolio, not as the answer to the question, right? Yes, I use some funds that have go-to gold or go-to cash because it plays a part, but not as big of a part as to be the answer if everything falls apart, because if everything falls apart, we're going to be in much bigger problems than that. So, hey, I'd love to hear what you have to say with that. I hope what I talked about today makes some sense from you, stops you from making maybe a bad decision when it comes to your investment, and understanding that we still have time to look at the long game and not to give into fear and not to give into sales practices. So if you have any questions, any comments, please post them below. I'll be sure to get back to you. Love to start a conversation on this and hear what you think. Take care.